India's post-pandemic economic recovery has been one that has proven all critics wrong. A V-shaped recovery of the GDP and its return to the pre-COVID period has been possible because of the result-driven policy measures taken by the Modi government at the beginning of the pandemic. Though naysayers have maintained, the pandemic has resulted in massive levels of unemployment, poverty, and distress among micro, small, and medium enterprises, thereby making it a case of K-shaped economic recovery. Does data support such claims? First of all, corporations that have returned to normal levels of activity after the pandemic are not the only entities accounting to GDP. The fact that workers in MSMEs have returned to work have contributed to India's GDP that has returned to pre-COVID level. The key source of evidence on labor market developments comes from the periodic labor force survey conducted by the National Statistical Office. Based on it, NSO provides labor market indicators for the entire nation annually and for urban India quarterly. At the moment, the former are available till 2019-20, that is from July 1st to June 30th, and the latter till January-March 2021 quarter. If we take into account labor market indicators for urban India, quarterly GDP at constant prices had dipped by 24% in April-June 2020 quarter, but it returned to its pre-COVID level by January-March 2021 quarter. This sharp fall and full recovery within 3 quarters are what constituted the V-shaped recovery of GDP. From 9.1% in January-March 2020 quarter, urban unemployment rate spiked to 20.8% in April-June 2020 quarter, but fell back to 9.3% by January-March 2021 quarter. Proponents of K-shaped recovery will want to claim that the fall in the unemployment rate reflects a withdrawal of workers from the workforce. But this too turns out to be false. According to PLFS, labor force participation rate fell from 48.1% in January-March 2020 quarter to 45.9% in April-June 2020 quarter, but returned to 47.5% in January-March 2021 quarter. This proves that the recovery in GDP did not happen without recovery in employment. As per data by the National Statistical Office, net additions to EPF subscriber list in January-March 2020 quarter stood at 2.59 million. In April-June 2020 quarter, this turned negative at minus 0.45 million, owing to the strict lockdown during the pandemic. But a swift recovery was seen, reaching 3.36 million by January-March 2021 quarter. During the second COVID wave spanning April-June 2021 quarter, net additions fell again to 2.16 million, but rose to 3.59 million in July-September 2021. As per PLFS estimates, in urban areas, even self-employed and workers employed in MSMEs have returned to work. Moving on to the rural economy, as per GDP data, agricultural activity has remained robust in both 2020 to 21 and 2021 to 22 period. MG and REGA funds have been expanded in response to demand. Up to 5 kg per person per month of free food grain has been added to the regular 5 kg subsidized ration under the PDS. This is in sharp contrast to claims of massive unemployment and poverty in rural India.